With your knees slightly soft, just begin a little bend and extend through your legs. So there's a little pumping action going on. Yeah. That's the thing about being alive, everything's pulsating. So we're doing this action on the outer body of flexing through ankle, knee, hip, right? So it's a little pulsation, a little bounce. Every part of you has this expansion and contraction. That's what it is to be alive. Bring your hands together at your heart, the great expander and contractor, so it can pump. Vital, necessary, much needed oxygen throughout you. Let your thumbs touch up against your breastbone and take the gaze of your eyes down to meet your energetic heart, not the physical heart that's pumping lifeblood, but the energetic heart that expands out into the world and also contracts to protect ourselves. With gratitude to this recognition of this pulsation, release your hands, open your eyes. All right, big breath up, stretch big. Exhale your arms down. Those always feel good. Just reach big, out and up. How about 2 more times? 2 more, big reach. And last one. All right, take your arms up. Let's keep them up. Grab onto the left wrist with your right hand. So this is my left wrist. It is my right hand holding my left wrist. Step your right leg out into the side plane, tip over to the right. So I might look opposite of you. Typically, folks have their setup a particular way in watching videos. Push with both feet, in breath in. Rise, exhale, release your arms, step your right foot in. Let's step the left leg out. Reach up big. Grab onto your right wrist. Tip to the left. Yeah, so in Anusara, while we have a very central focus of the heart, that the actions in the world move through the heart. Press into both feet, in breath, and come up. Exhale, release your arms. Stretch up big. Open your arms out to a T. Soften your knees. Rotate your left ribs to the right. Try to keep your pelvis steady. For the actions to rise up through the heart, in breath to center, exhale, twist to the left. This area that we're rotating through, right? You got pelvis steady, just above it, the kidney area, the waistband area. Yeah, has to have some strength. Yeah, so action will happen. Release your arms down by your side. All right, I'm gonna turn sideways just so you can see. So bend your knees, flex your ankles, stick your butt out. So this is like pelvic tilting and standing. So you got a duck butt. And then tuck your tail in. So we're pelvic rocking and standing. Stick your tail out, tuck your tail in. So this pelvic rock is not pelvic loop, right? This is a movement. It's not an action. But we'll do it a couple more times because this is a really healthy movement. Here's your last one. And that's a nice little pulsing movement forward and back. All right, so with your knees a little bit soft but legs fully extended, imagine you have a tail drawing down and just draw the end of your own tailbone straight down. And as you draw it down, you might feel the front of your pelvis open. Breathe. So the loop of pelvic loop, tail draws down, comes underneath, pulls up to the belly button. Yeah, and as we've been practicing, right, so adding in kidney loop, we move through the belly button, through the trunk, up the back waist, to the bottom of the heart. Now pelvic loop. The center of you is now influencing the heart. Move through the bottom of the heart to just underneath the chest area, down the front of the belly, right? So that's going to tuck the ribs in, into the belly button. The exhale continues down the back of the pelvis to the tail. right? So we practiced these loops before. Bringing together pelvic loop and kidney loop. Keep both of those, take a big breath up and just feel the difference. Feel, centers toned, aligned. Exhale, bring your arms down. One more time, try to keep pelvic loop and kidney loop in your mind's eye. Tail draws down, goes underneath the pelvic floor up to the belly button, moves through the belly button, up the back waist to the bottom of your heart, moves through the back body to the front body, down the front of the ribs and inserts into the belly button. And you begin the two loops again, like two loops that make a figure eight. Walk to the top of your mat, stand, breathe, take a big breath up. How are those loops doing? Exhale, have a seat chair pose, rediscover the loops. Draw your tail down. It'll immediately start to lift the belly. Move through the belly button, go up into the kidney area in the back waist. Lengthen and lift, and then move into the bottom of the heart. And then forward down the front of the top of the abdomen so the ribs tuck in. And that should align your chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Step your right foot back for a lunge. Right foot forward, left foot back lunge. Left leg forward. Bring both hands to your pelvis. Push with your feet, in breath and rise. Draw down through your tail. Lift up through your belly. Move the base of the ribs back. Lift and lengthen the back waist. Exhale, forward fold. Step back, downward facing dog. Breathe. Push with your hands and your feet. Keep your knees bent and lift your sitting bones high to the sky. As you spread your toes out, press your shins in, move your inner thighs apart. Keep that, and now let's work on pelvic and kidney loop. So tail draws down. It does not mean that you've moved your pelvis through movement. With your tail drawing down, the belly will lift slightly. Move through the belly button, go up into the back waist. Move up to the bottom of your heart and the back body. So there's length there. From the belly button in the back body, up to the bottom of your heart, there's length. Move through the bottom of your heart, down the front of your ribs to your belly button. And it's like you're tucking your rib cage in. Move through the belly button, go down to your tail. Go underneath your pelvic floor, through your pelvic floor really, up to your belly button. Keep the figure eight going between pelvic loop and kidney loop and press the tops of your thigh bones back and open your pose. Breathe. On an inhale, come forward to plank. Planks, all variations of planks, challenge this area of what we would call center. The place where the will rises up and moves through the heart so that the actions that we take go through the heart. So while center stays steady, pull your heart through in between your two shoulders. So let your heart move forward, even though your feet are pushing back. Bring your knees to the mat, lower all the way down onto your belly. Squeeze your legs towards each other. They don't have to touch, they're just magnetically attracted. That's a pulsation right there. Reach back from pelvis to toes and press the tops of your feet down. Claw with your hands, inhale up, Bhujangasana. Let your heart move through. Draw your tail in. Can't help but draw the tail in here. However, you've really got to lift the belly from pubic bone to navel. That's the front part of pelvic loop that you've got to think about. And then from the belly button, move through the back body. Lengthen and lift up to the bottom of the heart. That's a big one in this shape. And then tuck, move through the bottom of the heart, tuck the ribs in the front body. Lower all the way down. Push up into all fours. It's a long Bhujangasana, huh? Breathe. Back to movement. So rock your pelvis. So we did it in standing. So let's go ahead and move the pelvis here. Moving from a tail tuck to a duck butt. Your head's going to respond. Your head's going to lift and lower. Your spine's going to change shape because your pelvis is moving. A couple more times. Pelvic rocking in all fours. Breathe. All right, come to Neutral pelvis, so you're neither tucking your tail nor sticking your butt out. You're balanced between those two pulsing states. Step your right foot back, toes tucked under, raise your right leg up. Just keep it up and check in with the ability to tuck your tail, move through the pelvic floor and drop to the belly button. Extend your left arm forward. Lengthen the back waist from the back side of the belly button area to the bottom of your heart. That's a big one. Move down through the front of the body, right at the bottom of the heart to the belly button and tuck your ribs in. Return your left hand to the mat, right knee to the mat. Breathe. Left leg steps back. Push with your left foot to start. Keep it on the ground just so that we can stabilize and open up the bottom of the left foot. It's a little bit of a foot stretch. As you keep pressing with your left hand, extend your right arm forward. Lift your left leg up. Breathe. See if you can rediscover the loops, right? So start at the tail. It's kind of the easiest place to start. You know it's moving forward, right? Up to your belly button. Move through your belly button up in the back body, from belly button area in the back body to the bottom of the heart. That's around the bra line, we'll say, right? A little lower, but somewhere around there. Moves through the body at the bottom of the heart, down the front of the top of the ribs, right? Just the bottom ribs tucking in, into the belly button again, and you begin over. Right hand down, left foot down. Work your hands a full handprint forward, tuck your toes, push up and back into downward facing dog and breathe. Let's pedal the feet out. So articulating through ankle, knee, and hip. Get a good rhythm going. So the legs are going to track and move faster than the breath, recognizing that you have two pulsations going on, right? The inflation of the lungs, the natural recoil of the lungs, and then you have this movement through the lower limbs. One more time on each foot. And then lift both heels high, bend your knees, lift your sitting bones skyward, push more with your hands and your feet, put in your loops. We're working on pelvic loop, draw the tail down, you'll help lift the belly. Work on kidney loop, remember it's moving through the belly button, up the back waist to the bottom of the heart. Comes through the bottom of the heart to the front body, down the front of the ribs and tucks the bottom of the ribs in. Keep all that and move your thigh bones back, inner thighs back and apart, pressing your thigh bones back to lengthen your legs and reach for the floor. So from pelvis to heels, reach. From the bottom of your heart through your pelvis, through your heels, reach. And from the bottom of your heart through your armpits to your hands, push into the earth. All right, walk forward to standing forward fold. Very long dog hold, good job. Bring your hands to your pelvis, long spine, in breath, and come on up. All right, release your arms. Take a big breath up. Exhale your arms down. Hold on to your pelvis, stand on your left foot, step your right foot back, warrior one. Take a wide stance with your right leg to the right so that both sides of your pelvis can orient to the wall that you're facing, right? So you may have to use your right hand, pull the right side of the pelvis forward, use your left hand, pull the left side of the pelvis back. Sometimes that helps orient everything. All right, so now we've got this pelvic kidney area lined up. Instead of having a turn in it, right? It's lined up. Draw your tail down. Yep, move up from pubic bone to navel. Move through the navel. Lift up in the back waist, up to the back of your heart. Move through the back of the heart, tuck in the base of the ribs. In breath, raise your arms up. All right, keep both legs steady and strong. Take the head of the left shin bone forward as you anchor into your right heel. Turn your right ribs to the left so that your belly button starts to aim towards your left knee. On your next exhale, forward fold. Touch the ground. Breathe. Step your right foot forward. Hands to your pelvis, in breath and come up. Release your arms. All right, so let's get the second side. Standing on your right foot, left foot back, warrior one. Just setting up the foundation well, we know that, one of the main objectives is the orientation of the pelvis, right? To get that, you might have to move your left foot to the left, make the pose a little bit wider, so that both sides of the pelvis are turning forward, right? So have your hands on your pelvis, you can help steer that. Left side of the pelvis forward, right side of the pelvis back. That orients the pelvis, I don't know, it's definitely not neutral, right? This is definitely not a neutral pelvis, because you have each pelvic half doing something different. But through this shape that we've created, we're going to draw down through the tail, pull up from pubic bone to belly button, move through the belly button into the back body, move from the back of the belly button area, kidney area is what we would call it, up to the bottom of your heart. So you're lengthening there, you're lengthening in this space. Move through the bottom of the heart and tuck the base of the ribs and the front body down. In breath, raise both arms up. Steady and firm in both legs by pulling the feet towards each other. Taking the head of the right shin bone forward, stand down in your left heel, from left pelvis to left heel push. Breathe. Go back through the 2 loops again, and what you'll feel is how it will align the trunk, right? It'll align the pelvis and the base of the trunk. One more breath, turn left ribs to right, so belly button points to the right inner knee. Exhale, touch the earth, both hands down, just touch the earth. Breathe, let your head drop. Pivot on your back foot, step your left foot forward, so you're in standing forward fold. Breathe. Legs strong, firm to the bone, hands to pelvis, heart moves forward, rise. Release your arms down. Let's take a wide stance, nice wide stance. Back foot is the right foot, turn it slightly in, turn your left foot open. As you pull your feet towards one another, draw your loops, right? Tail down, pubis to navel up, through the navel, up to the back waist lift. Move through to the front body, tuck the ribs, reach your arms up, open them out to a T, keep both those loops going. They're just like pulsing constantly, making the loop. That's the pulsation, they just keep going. They're endless, an endless figure 8 right there. Turn your gaze to look over your left arm, and from your heart, your fingers just radiate out. On the exhale, left arm to left thigh bone, top arm skyward. Reconnect to the loops that we're working on, pelvic loop and kidney loop. As you work on the loop, particularly pelvic loop, you've got to make sure in the back leg, the right inner thigh, back leg inner thigh, continues to move back and apart. So you have room to draw the tail in, right? Top arm over your head, go for it. Bottom arm reaches to the ground, just go. Just reach down, go for it. Breathe. Lengthen your front leg, Trikonasana, top arm to the sky. Coming out the way we came in, anchor it from right pelvis to right heel, so you can release the front hip and bend the front knee. Work your left arm, bottom arm, up to left thigh bone and press the thigh bone down. Work your 2 loops here. Top arm overhead, big reach. Push with both feet, come up to warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Just as much as you're reaching down, reach up. Rotate the head of the left arm bone, the top arm, so the palm points towards the sky and eventually to the wall behind you. Breathe. Can you find the loops here? Breathe with them. In breath, warrior 2. Release your arms, lengthen both legs. Turn your feet parallel. We'll go the second side. So left foot will be your back foot. Turn it slightly in. Right foot is the new front foot. Turn it open. Breathe. Just here with these 2 different leg positions, right? The legs and what they do affects the pelvis. So the pelvis is definitely not in a neutral place right now. But even through this shape, this form that we've created, this pose, we can initiate the loops. So as you pull your feet towards one another, draw your tail down. As you draw your tail down, feel the lift of the belly, right? From pubic bone to belly button. Move through your belly button into your back waist. So create a bow. Like if I poked you in the belly button, like if I stuck a finger right there, you would feel a bow, a slight bowing in, not like a fold, but do you feel it? A little bow. And then from that bow, pull up through the back waist to the bottom of the heart. Let it come through the bottom of the heart, continuing the loop, down the front of the ribs, tuck it in. Move through the belly button, down to the tail, and begin it again. Reach up with your arms, out to a T. Stay strong in your back leg, come into a knee bend on your front leg, you're in warrior two. Turn your gaze and look to the right. From your heart now, you've got this amazing, strong center, connected, energy flowing, right? Pulsing through you. Expand from your heart to your fingertips and reach out into the world. Next exhale, right arm to right thigh. Use your right forearm to push your thigh bone back, which means towards your hamstring, towards the earth in this shape. Top arm overhead. Discover the loops. And they're constantly pulsing and coursing. Breathe. Reach for the ground. Bottom arm, just go. Just reach, go for it. Extend your front leg, triangle pose. Top arm up to the sky. Breathe. Keep pulling your feet towards each other. Recommit to the loops. Just keep those circuits running. Exiting the same way you came in. Bend your front knee. Top arm overhead. Bottom arm to thigh bone. Breathe. Come up to warrior two. Rediscover the loops. I know you keep changing shape, right? That's us, we're shapeshifters. Rotate the head of the front arm bone so your palms points to the sky. Just as much as you're reaching up, reach down. Reverse your warrior. Breathe. Back to warrior two. Lengthen your front leg. Release your arms. Turn your feet parallel. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Come on in. All right, I think these loops right here at center are some of the hardest to cue as a teacher. I don't know how they are to practice. I know they've taken me a while to keep rediscovering them. It's like I haven't mastered them yet. Reach up through your arms. Exhale to seat chair pose. How's the loops? Draw your tail down. Lift up from pubis to navel. Lift up from back waist to bottom of the heart. Draw down in the front body from bottom of the heart to belly button. That should like secure center in chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Step back to downward facing dog. Immediately bend your knees. Breathe. Push with your hands and your feet and tip your sitting bones skyward. So yeah, we've gone into a duck butt. Now find the loops. Breathe. You know them. Right? You know the tail, you know the belly button, you know the bottom of the heart. Press your thigh bones back to lengthen your legs. Inhale, come forward to plank and breathe. Rediscover the loops. It'll allow you to just be here in plank for a while. In addition to the strong push of your hands into the earth and the push of your feet into the earth, knowing the loops of center, of pelvic and kidney loop, and just running them in your mind, keeping the circuit and the pulsation going with breath. You can be here a while. Take a couple more breaths. Pull your heart forward. Yeah, so heart moves forward between the shoulder girdle. Yeah, that'll tone things up a little bit more, right? Knees to the mat. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Rest your head on your hands. So stack your hands. Forehead down. Reach out from your pelvis to your toes, and with your left leg pushing down, lift your right leg up. So single leg lift. Extend and lengthen through your right leg, return it. Press down through your right leg. Lengthen from left pelvis to left toes. Lift your left leg up. Breathe. Extend out through your left leg, return it to the earth. Slide your hands by your chest, push with your hands, come up into all fours. In hands and knees, you can work your left hand, it could stay underneath the left shoulder. Usually as we move into side planks, it's nice to have the left hand a little forward of the shoulder. So, but not really beyond the ear. So that's a little bit of space, you can step the left hand forward. So if you looked at your two hands, they're staggered now, like right hand is right underneath the shoulder, left hand's just a little forward. It's a little staggering. Let's keep the left knee down, kickstand the left foot out, bring your right hand to your pelvis. You're coming into the first, variation of modified side plank. Now, before we go any further, we're after these loops, right? We're after staying connected to this pulsation within us. These loops run through the whole body, from foot to crown. We're just focusing on two of them today. Tail draws down. Move across the pelvic floor, up the front of the low belly. From pubic bone to navel, draw up. Move through your belly button. Here's the big one, guys. It's going to feel like you're bowing. It's going to feel like somebody poked you in the belly button, right? Yep. So the belly button kind of moves back a smidge. And then lengthen in the back body. From the back of the belly button up to the bottom of your heart in your back body. That's the kidney area. Keep it lengthened. Move through the bottom of your heart, come down the front of the ribs, and tuck the ribs in to the belly button area. Raise your top leg up. Should be like a piece of cake to raise the leg up when you've got those two loops energized. Even just thinking about it does it. Top arm up, breathe. Let's add some pulsation here. So we're gonna come in and out of the shape. Knee to chest, arm comes in, head tucks in. Extend back out. See if you can find the alignment right away. You can initiate through the loops. One more time. Knee to chest, head bows in, arm comes in, it's your flexion. Extend out. Breathe and hold. All right, top leg down, top hand down, back to all fours. We have our second side coming up. So let's start with both hands right beneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide, pointer, finger, thumb about the outer width of your shoulder. Knowing that we're going to be weight bearing on the right side, take your right hand a little bit forward. So left hand's underneath the shoulder girdle. Right hand is just staggered a little bit forward. So it's not directly under the shoulder anymore. It's between shoulder and ear. Use your hands and claw. You're kneeling now on your right knee. Kick your right foot out to a kickstand. Extend your left leg and come into a modified side plank with left leg down, left hand at pelvis. So here we are working on the loops of pelvis and kidney. Draw your tail in. Keep pushing with your right hand. Yep. As your tail draws in, from pubic bone to navel, draw up. From navel to bottom of the heart, extend the back body. Yep. From the back body, at the bottom of the heart, move through to the front body and tuck the base of the ribs into the belly button area. Move through the belly button area and exhale down to your tail. Top arm up, top leg up. Breathe. Keep pushing with your right hand. Keep working the loops and breathing. Adding a little pulsing movement, just 2 rounds. Left knee comes in, left elbow bends, forehead to knee, and then extend back out to your modified plank. You just have one more of these. Draw in, flex, 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 spine and leg. Let your head tuck in, arm comes in, and then everything lengthens back out. Rediscover the loop. So once you take that flex state, you'll tend to hyperextend into a back bend. See if you can't. Right? See if you just find the neutral that the two loops create. Through pelvis, there we go, and ribs. All right, left hand down, left knee down, back to all fours. Work your hands and handprint forward, tuck your toes, push up and back to downward facing dog. Breathe. All right, bring your knees to the mat and reach for your yoga strap. We're not going to be here long. Don't get all comfortable, all right, on your back. This is just a wake up, legs to center moment. All right, so on your back, bring your yoga strap to your right foot, hook it around the bottom of your right foot so you have a hamstring stretch on your right leg. Stretch your left leg out. One hand each holding each side of your yoga strap. Flex at the right ankle and spread your toes. Press the left inner thigh down. Yeah, just a really sweet hamstring stretch. Right thigh bone pressing back to the hamstrings. 2 more breath cycles. I think when we lay on our backs, it's one of the easiest places to just focus on these 2 loops. I'm not worried about balance. So bring your attention and your focus to pelvic loop and kidney loop. All right, bend your right knee, take your right foot out of the strap, stretch your right leg out, just feel. All right, second side. Let's bend both knees to start. Start with both knees bent, feet flat on the floor. And place your left foot in the strap. So you get your initial shape of the hamstring stretch. Now extend your right leg out. Press down through the right heel, press your right thigh bone into the earth. Loosen the grip of your fingers and press the head of your arm bones into the mat. So when you press the head of the arm bones into the mat, it might cause the back ribs to bow up. You feel that? So there's a dance here of pelvic and kidney loop. So let the arm bones go for a second. Draw the tail in, move across the pelvic floor, from the pubic bone to the navel, draw up. Continue to breathe from belly button, moving through like somebody poked you in the belly button. It'll feel like a bow. Move up the back waist. Through the bottom of the heart, move into the front body. Move down the front of the ribs, and so if you're tucking your ribs in, again, somebody's poking you in the belly button. This time the top part. Keep that, now move the head of the arm bones back. See if that's different. Head of the arm bones to the mat. Take another breath. All right, bend your left knee. Take your left foot out of the strap. All right. No strap. Bring both legs up to tabletop. Bring both hands onto your thigh bones. Press your hands into your thigh bones and your thigh bones press back. Add in pelvic loop and kidney loop. Breathe in. Take the head of the arm bones back as you continue to push hands and legs. Look down with your eyes. Peel your head, neck, and shoulders up. That'll definitely add in like the poke of the belly button, right? You might be shaken by now. Another breath cycle. All right, release your head down. Slide your hands underneath your pelvis. One hand each underneath each side of the pelvis. Breathe. Raise your legs to tabletop. Extend both legs up to the sky. Before we take a movement, let's get the actions of pelvic loop and kidney loop going. You know them by now, right? So you got to breathe in. Exhale down from the back waist to the tail. Inhale up from pubic bone to navel. Move through the navel. Keep the inhale going up the back body from the kidney area to the bottom of the heart. Move through from the back body to the front body at the bottom of the heart. The exhale is down the front of the low ribs into the belly button. Somebody's poking you there. Lower your legs to the earth. Lift your legs back up. Breathe. Initiate the loop. Start at the tail. Use an exhale from the back waistband down to the tail. Use an exhale. In breath up from the pubic bone to your belly button. Somebody's just poked you in the belly. Your little love tap. Moving through the belly button to the back body. It's an in-breath up the back waist to the bottom of the heart. That's like your bra area. Just that, you're going to feel tone. There's a lengthening there, pulling up and toning. Exhale as you come through from back body to front body. Tuck the ribs in, poking the belly button again. Lower your legs. Keep that. Lower your legs. Towards the earth. Hover. Raise them back up. Breathe. We just have one more. Come on, you got it. Breathe. Initiate the loops. I'll talk you through them. Back waist. Down to tail. Draw down. That's an exhale. Up from pubic bone to navel. That's an in-breath. Poke into the belly. Thread through the back body. The inhale continues up the back waist to the bottom of the heart. There's length there, space through the spinal area. Move through the bottom of the heart. The exhale now goes down the base of the ribs, so you tuck the ribs in, you poke your belly button again, thread through to the back body, more the back body, back waist down to the tail, lower your legs, breathe. Legs hover. Keep working the loops, they're pulsing while you're holding the static low ab work. Right legs back up. Breathe, bend your knees, feet on the floor. Slide your hands out from beneath your pelvis, draw both knees into your chest. So yeah, those areas should be alive and awake after those few little core exercises, right? Roll to your side, come up. You felt that you could engage there. That's what that feels like. Hopefully what you also felt was the length of it too, right? The length of the back waist, the length from pubic bone to belly button. I'm putting the mic pack away. Come into all fours position, please, hands and knees. All right, breathe. Stagger your hands. Let's keep the right hand under the right shoulder. Stagger your left hand a little bit forward. So you know you're going into a side plank when you got a staggered hand. Keep your left knee down, roll open to a modified side plank, and then your top leg, let's step it forward into a lunge shape. So right foot is stepped forward. Extend your bottom leg out and find the pinky toe edge of your left foot. Yeah, push into it, push with your left hand to keep the left side of you lifting rather than sagging. Top arm up. Tell you what, if you're just depending on the left hand or the left foot or the right foot, okay, that's good, yeah, that's foundation, push with those. However, add in the loops and you could be here all day. Yeah, breathe. Next exhale, right hand down, left knee down, back to all fours. Let's take the second side, so just start in fours. Stagger the hands, so right hand's going to move forward because now we're going to weight bear in the right hand. Just a smidge forward of the shoulder girdle, not past your ear. Kneeling on the right knee, spin open to a modified side plank, left hand to pelvis. Breathe. You could get those loops going right now, man. They're never gone. We just forget about them. Left foot steps forward into a lunge shape, so left foot forward. You got to stand on your left foot, push with your right hand to extend your right leg out. So a variation of Ashistasana side plank. All right, so yeah, absolutely. Are we standing on the left foot, pinky toe edge of the right foot, right hand? Yes. That'll help keep the right side waist lifted. Add in the loops, left arm up. Come on, tail down. Pubis to navel up. Back waist to bottom of the heart up. Bottom of the ribs in the front body to belly button tucking in. One more breath. Both hands to the mat, both knees down, back to all fours. Breathe. Work your hands and handprint forward, tuck your toes, push with your feet and your hands, move up and back into downward facing dog. Breathe. Rediscover the loops. With the tip of your sitting bones skyward, press your thigh bones back. And now from the bottom of your heart, expand into your hands. And if you've got those loops going, that expansion is pretty incredible. From the bottom of the heart to the hands to the push into the earth. And then from the bottom of the heart through your pelvis, right, again, you're moving through those two major areas. From the bottom of your heart is the cue. Through your pelvis, down your legs into your heels. So you are definitely moving through kidney loop and pelvic loop. Expand. All right, bring your knees to the mat. Have a seat. So we're going to stay seated, just like this. We're not going down yet. Hold on to your right leg. You can use your right hand, hook the hamstring, or you can hold the right knee, right? Right beneath the kneecap, you can hold on to the tibia, fibula, lower leg bones. Breathe. See if you can discover back waist to tail draw down, pubis to navel up through the belly button. Somebody poked you up the back waist, lengthen, keep the lift. Move through the bottom of the heart, tuck the ribs in, extend your left leg. Reach for your left foot, left ankle, just extend your left leg. So you're in a variation of goat pose. And you probably did not rock back onto your pelvis, right? And lay down in your sacrum. I didn't see you, you look perfect. Yeah, those loops help. All right, bend your left knee, left foot down. Let's hold on to the left leg. So you got a couple choices how you want to hold the left leg. You can hold at the shin bone, you can also hold at the hamstring. All right, so left leg, left arm holding left leg. Breathe. Before you even think about raising the right leg up, right? It's a hamstring stretch for sure. Let's get the loops going, all right? That's gonna help lengthen, lift, and tone the middle of our trunk, right? It's got a hold here. So tail draws down, move across the pelvic floor, up from pubis bone to navel, and lift. That's an inhale. Continue the inhale as you poke through the belly button. It'll feel like a bow, right at the belly button. So you poke you, and you go, oh, you bow in. The inhale goes up the back waist and the back body to the bottom of your heart. That's going to give you the length of the spine that you're looking for in this pose. Move through the bottom of your heart, down in front of the ribs, and tuck the ribs in. Let somebody poke you in the belly button again. Keep those two loops going. Grab your right leg and lengthen and lift the right leg. Flex at the right ankle. Did you fall back? Probably not. I didn't see y'all fall back at all. Good job keeping the loops going. One more breath. All right, well done. Bend your knees. Feet on the floor. Let's lay down on your backs. We're coming right back up. We'll hold on your hamstrings, lay down on your back. Draw your knees towards your chest, and then stretch your legs up to the sky. Flex at both ankles, both feet. All right. So we're going to reach for our toes from here. Now, sure, let's just do a first one. Ready? Everybody reach for your toes. And you've got a way you're going to reach for the toes, right? You got a way you're going to kind of fling yourself up there to go for the toes. You flex at the ankles more to bring your toes closer. Yeah, and then lay back down. All right, so what if we did a little bit more through tail action, right? Draw the tail down to the pelvic floor. Draw up from pubic bone to belly button. You can feel the tone now in the lower. Go through the belly button. Somebody's just poked you. That's the bow, right? You can feel the belly button moving back. Go up the back waist to the bottom of your heart and move through. Tuck the bottom of the ribs in. And from the tucking of the bottom of the ribs into the belly button area, come up. Reach for your toes. I got mine from that. I got my toes from those two loops. Breathe. I'm trembling. All right, rest your head. Bend your knees. Shall we try it one more time? Did you get your toes or get a little bit closer from the intersection of those two loops? All right, here we go. Last time, practicing the two loops. How it helps a little bit with center engaging, staying toned so we can add the reach. So we've got a drawing in and a reaching out, a pulsation. All right, spread your toes, flex at your ankles. Remember, the more you flex at your ankles, your toes are coming towards you. Fingers are just reaching to the sky. So I guess you're like a dead bug here, huh? All right, let's do it, guys. Let's reach from the back waist down to the tail and an exhale, and the tail tucks in. And then on the in-breath, up from the pubic bone to the belly button, somebody's just poked you in the belly, and you're like, ah! And the belly will pull back, right? You feel a tone there. With the belly button drawing back, move into the back body, up from that back belly button area, up to the bottom of the heart. Ooh, that's going to give you the length to get to your toes. Grow there. All right, and then you're moving across the bottom of the heart to the front body now. And the base of the ribs tuck in to the belly button. Somebody's poking you right there. From that place where those two loops intersect at the belly button, reach up. So that anchors, reach up. Oh, I got even more. I got more on my foot this time. Breathe. Keep working the loops. I know it's hard. It's hard to be here and breathe and work those loops. All right, lower down. Bend your knees. That was nice. All righty, shall we take that to Navasana, boat pose? Yes, roll up. All right, so it's the same shape, same exact shape. Trick is, we don't have this awesome floor to support our spine. So it's all us. Hold on to both legs at the hamstrings, or I would hold at the hamstrings. Let's go there. Everybody underneath, hold the hamstrings. All right, we know that those two loops are going to help us in this pose. They're going to help us not rock back to extend the legs. So our goal is not to get the full leg extension. You already did that on your back. So you showed that you can extend your legs and reach for your toes already, okay? The goal is to maintain those two loops. Most likely, you'll be like me and not get your legs fully extended, okay? We'll all be our best today. Get on the top of your sitting bones. Come to the front edge of your sitting bones. So you are not rocking back at all. All right, draw your tail down. Draw from pubic bone up to belly button. Draw up, that's a big one. Move through the belly button next to me. Just tickled you there, poked you there. Move up from the back of the belly button to the back waist and lift and lengthen. Already I can feel like the integrity at center. Can you? Move from the bottom of the heart, down the front of the ribs and tuck them back into the belly button. You're going to feel that tone. Pick your legs up, extend your legs out. Whoa, I did it. Breathe, breathe. Don't worry about grabbing anything. Just try to keep those loops going. All right, bend your knees, put your feet flat on the ground. Okay, not too bad, right? Pretty darn good, you guys. Should we go one more time? Just, because we're practicing. Okay, remember, it's not about like getting the legs fully lengthened. It's not about moving the hand to get the toes. Just keep holding at the hamstrings. How much you lengthen your legs, what do? It's that you've got your feet off the ground. How about that? And you haven't rocked back, right? You might rock a smidge, but you're not really rocking back. All right, get on the top of your sitting bones. You know where those are. Get on the top of them, maybe even to the front edge of them a little bit. Yeah, so you might have a smidge of duck butt to start. Okay, here we go. Loop it from the back waist, the kidney area, down to the tail, draw down. That's an exhale. From the pubic bone up to the belly button, draw up. That's an inhale. From the belly button, pierce through. Somebody poked you there. You're going to feel the belly kind of like a whoops. And then go through to the back body and up to the bottom of the heart, draw up. You guys, you should be feeling a ton of engagement from those three cues. Here's the fourth. Move across the bottom of the heart, down the front of the ribs, and tuck into the belly button again. Keep it going. Elevate your feet. Oh. Keep the loops. Before you think about extending your legs, like re-loop it, tail down, pubis to navel up, bottom of the heart to bottom, belly button area, the back body to bottom of the heart. Lifting, that's going to help big time. And then through the bottom of the heart to the bottom of the ribs to the belly button, draw down. Pierce through the belly button, down to the tail. Keep it going. Keep those loops rising. All right, bend your knees. Feet on the ground. I'm super impressed with my Navasana. I mean, I know I can take both legs straight up, but I rock back quite a bit, and I lose all the integrity in this area when I do that. So good job, you guys, not losing the integrity through center. Let's go ahead and lay down on our backs. Let's go right for American in Paris, all right? Make sure you got room. You're gonna roll into a side. Right foot in the yoga strap. Left knee bent, left foot on the floor. Reach both hands up the yoga strap, and then make your left hand the highest hand closest to your right foot. Bring your right arm out to a T. Roll onto your left side. Left knee stays bent. Roll onto your left side. Stack your pelvis so the right pelvic half is sitting on top of your left pelvic half. If you're like getting a lot of stuff going on through the shoulder girdle waist area, just bring your right hand to your right pelvis. Take the right arm out of the equation. Work your left knee underneath you. So left knee is now underneath the pelvis. Breathe. Bring your right hand to your right hip crease. Use your right thumb to press your right thigh bone back, which will lengthen your right side waist. Keep breathing. Take your right hand, maybe it goes and gets your left foot. So you got a quad stretch on the left leg, hamstring stretch on the right leg. Breathe. Turn your left ribs to the right. Turn the left side of your chest to the right. Turn your head and look right. 2 more breath cycles. All right, release your bottom leg. So right hand, let's go left foot. Extend out your left leg. Reach with your right hand, grab both yoga straps. Use both hands to guide your right leg back on top of you. You're on your back now. Bend your left knee, left foot on the ground. Bend your right knee, remove the yoga strap. Place your right foot down. Let's go for our second side. Okay, so left foot in the yoga strap. Both hands initially holding the strap, helping you rudder the foot. With a strong flexed ankle and all of your toes spreading, work your left hand up the yoga strap as high as it'll go. So right hand is the hand staying as high as it can go up on the top of the strap. Roll onto your right side, keeping your right knee bent. Roll onto your right side. Do your best to stack both pelvic halves. So left pelvic half is right on top of the bottom one. So left is sitting right on top of the right pelvic half. Yeah. Okay. Hold your left leg at the height of your pelvis. Breathe. The left arm can be out in a T shape, but if that's really, just too intense for the armpit, chest, left arm, left hand, just place your left hand, for starters, at the left pelvis. Work your right knee underneath you. Wiggle it underneath. So your right knee lines up underneath the right side of your pelvis. Bring your left hand now to your left thigh bone. Use your thumb. Go into the hip crease, the fold where the leg and the pelvis meet, and draw the left side of the pelvis down. That's towards like the right knee. And press the left thigh bone back with your thumb. Breathe. That'll help lengthen the left side waist. Okay, turn your right ribs a little bit to the left and see if you can take hold with your left hand, your right foot. So you've got a quad stretch now, a quadricep stretch on your right leg. Keep breathing. Stay with your breath, and on exhales, turn from the base of the ribs. Right ribs turning left. Move up to the chest area, turn the right side of the chest left. Keep the collarbone broad. Eventually, turn your head to look left. Next breath, release the hold. Left hand to right foot, let go of the hold. Extend your right leg out, anchor your right leg. Reach over with your left hand, grab the yoga straps. Use both hands to guide your left leg right on top of you. Bend your right knee, place your right foot on the ground. Bend your left knee, take your left foot out of the yoga strap. Set your yoga strap off, draw both knees into your chest. Move your hands to your feet, happy baby. Spread your toes. Use your hands to push down, your feet to push up. Bonus. Breathe with the pulsation of pelvic loop and kidney loop. Talk yourself through those loops on your own without me cueing. Fold at your knees. Bring your knees to the midline. Hands have released from feet. Feet to the ground, arms down by your side, palms open. Stretch your legs out long. Close your eyes. Rest in this magnificent pulsation of you. this circuit of endless energy that pulses through you, that is you.